Good morning, guys. Really happy to be with you today again for 2 new texts. Well, if you have been reading with me, you know that we read in Dutch. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so that you can see everything. So we're reading in Dutch and I'm explaining the rules, the grammar rules. We're learning some words. In the beginning, it's quite hard, but you should not worry. Bit by bit, you will know the words and you will learn them, you will understand the structures. Now, one thing I would like to say before I start is please note down some vocabulary that you will study then once in a while. That's always very good to do. Now, the first article is about Banksy. Probably, you've heard about Banksy. And then the other article, so it's quite long about Banksy, and then we have a shorter article about Cuba. Cuba and President Trump. So, the first article is Wie is kunstenaar Banksy? Who is the artist? Well, in fact, of kunstenaar, we also could say artiest is also a Dutch word. It's maybe easier. Let me see. ST. Wie is artiest Banksy? Who is artist Banksy? Because, we do not really know who is. So, vorige week was groot nieuws uit Londen. Last week, there was great news or big news from London, like out of London. Now, what did I write here? Swap. Remember that I told you when you start here with a part last week, vorige week, which is not the subject, you have to swap subject and verb. So instead of saying was, there was, it will be was because we've not started with the subject. De persdienst Reuters loste het raadsel van Banksy op. And here we have this very interesting thing. We have loste op, which comes from the verb, and I'm going to write it here, oplossen, which means to solve. Remember I told you sometimes this part, the part in the beginning, is detached and is put at the end of the sentence. So you see, you put one part here and one part there. It means to solve. So the press service Reuters solved the mystery or the riddle, raadsel, it's a bit like a riddle or a mystery, of Banksy. Is dat groot nieuws? Is that great news or big news? Zeker. Sure. Yeah, that's big news because they've solved the mystery. Want Banksy was de bekendste onbekende artiest ter wereld. Because, and the word want, see what I wrote here, en of maar want. If you start the sentence with one of those words, there is nothing special with the structure. It's simply followed by subject and verb. Okay, so we see here subject-verb. Because Banksy was the most known, and where is the most? It's in the st. In fact, it could be like the knownst. That's not what you're going to say in English. So the most known unknown artist in the world. Remember, nobody knows him, so he's the most known unknown artist. Reuters is een van de grootste persdiensten ter wereld. So Reuters is one of the biggest press services in the world, ter wereld. Ze brengen nieuws uit de hele wereld. So they bring news out of or from the whole world. Ze geven ook geheime info. They give also secret information. Information, like, information that was not known. And so what was it here? Ze wilden weten wie Banksy was. They wanted to know. And you see in Dutch, willen, it's not will. Willen is to want. So they wanted to know who was Banksy. Wie is die man of vrouw? Who is that man or woman? Waarom doet hij wat hij doet? Why does he what he does? Meaning, why is he doing this, everything that he does? Why is he doing it? Meaning, like putting paintings all over everywhere and not telling who he is. So why does he what he does? 35 jaar geleden begon Banksy met graffiti. 35 years ago, and you see we've swapped again subject and verb. Banksy began with graffiti. Hij of zij schilderde tekeningen op muren. He or she. And then we have the verb schilderen. Let me put it here. It means to paint. Schilderen. So he painted. You see, this part here is the past tense. We have not talked about it, so just accept it for the moment. So he painted drawings on walls. Dat gebeurde eerst in de Britse stad Bristol. So that happened first in the British city Bristol. And you see, gebeurde, it's again a simple past. Schilderde, you see, same way to make the simple past, right? De laatste 20 jaar werd Banksy bekender. So the last 20 years, and again we swapped subject and verb, Banksy became more known. And you see, the more it's here, like knower, but that's not what you're going to say in English, right? De kunst gaat over de problemen in de wereld. So the art, kunst, it's art, goes about or is about the problems in the world. Yes, he's always doing some kind of a painting connected to problems in the world. Je kan zijn werken overal zien. You can see, and see what I wrote here. The normal structure in a Dutch language, it's one verb in the beginning and one verb at the end. We have kan in the beginning, you can. The second verb, see at the end, and everything else in between. So you can see his works everywhere. Vaak werkt Banksy 's nachts. Often, and we see that it has been swapped again, Banksy works during the night. De artiest deed alles om onbekend te blijven. So the artist did everything to, and the to in Dutch, it's om te. Om te meaning to, like in order to. Blijven, to stay unknown. Yes, he did everything to stay unknown. It should stay a mystery. De politie van New York arresteerde Banksy in het jaar 2000. The police of New York arrested Banksy in the year 2000. And you see, we have again a simple past here ending in de. Hij was daar aan het werk op een reclamebord. He was there, and aan het in Dutch, I wrote it here, it's like the ing form in English. So he was there working on a publicity board. Dat staat in een boek over Banksy. That, but staan here, it's not like stays, but that is, staan. When it's written, you use rather the verb staan instead of to be. So that is in a book about Banksy. Hij heette vroeger Robin Cunningham. So he was called before Robin Cunningham. Maar hij heeft zijn naam veranderd. But he has changed his name. You see, this is a past tense. It's a past perfect with heeft. has changed. And you see, one verb after the subject and one at the end. That's the normal structure in Dutch. Hij is een graffiti-schilder uit Bristol. He is a graffiti painter from Bristol. Dus is Gunningham Banksy. So, Gunningham is Banksy. Of niet, or not. Want Banksy zelf zwijgt. Because Banksy himself, zwijgen means he is silent. That's zwijgen. So we still don't really know, but that's what they think. They think it is originally Gunningham. Okay, good. I hope you understood. If you have questions, don't hesitate. And now we have a very small article about Cuba. Cuba probeert te overleven. So Cuba tries to survive. Overleven is to survive. Het gaat niet goed in het land Cuba. It is going not well in the country Cuba. Land, it means country. It's not going well. Het land heeft te weinig olie en elektriciteit. So the country has too little oil and electricity. Volgens de Amerikaanse president Trump is het einde dichtbij. So, according to the American President Trump, het einde, the end, is dichtbij, close. It's almost the end, it's close. Close by, that's what it means, dichtbij. Cuba is een eiland aan de kust van de Amerikaanse staat Florida. So Cuba is an island at the coast of the American state Florida. Almost finished. Sinds 1959 zien de Amerikanen Cuba als vijand. So since 1959, and again we swapped verb and subject, the Americans see Cuba as an enemy. Want Fidel Castro en zijn rebellen namen de macht. Because Fidel Castro and his rebels took the power, de macht. Het werd een communistisch land. It became a communist country. Castro is bijna 10 jaar dood. So Castro is almost 10 years dead. So since 10 years. Het land werd heel arm. The country became very poor. Yes, indeed. Elke dag zijn er problemen met elektriciteit. So every day there are, did you see we swapped subject and verb? There are problems with electricity. Dat is de fout van de Amerikanen. That is the fault of the Americans. Ze blokkeren de handel met Cuba. So they block the commerce, handel, it means trade, commerce, with Cuba. Rusland wil Cuba helpen met olie. So Russia wants to help Cuba with oil. Maar blokkeren de Amerikanen de boten met olie? But do the Americans block the boats with oil? Trump wil geen communisme meer in Cuba. Trump doesn't want any more communism, and the anymore is in geen meer. So he doesn't want any more communism in Cuba. So are the Americans blocking the boats? We don't know, but I hope you understood the two articles. Tell me if there is a subject you prefer to read or whatever you want to read. Tell me if there's constructions you do not understand so that I can help you. Please, please, I'm there for you. But now, up to work. See you hopefully next Tuesday. Yes, we will see next Tuesday. Bye-bye.